tokusatsu, taking the form of many shows including Super Sentai, Kamen Rider, and Metal Heroes. And today, a group of fans come together to review it for you as Toku Secrets.
Hey guys, and welcome to another new segment on Toku Secrets, presented by AnimeSecrets.org. I'm your host, Nathan Desa, Boken Silver, and today I have Anthony Davis, Kyoryu Green, and Rizwan Merchant, Gokai Red. We are here to discuss. We're a little bit late to this, but and we do apologize. It was the holidays, and we had a lot of stuff going on, but we're here to talk about it now. A while back, we did a video where we talked about the title of the new Sentai that will be airing in 2023 coming out, Ohsama Sentai King-Ohger. And naturally, near the end of 2022, we got some scans on it, with what the mechs look like and what the suits look like. And it's actually pretty good that we're kind of delayed because we now have a little bit of story to talk about now. So with that being said, well, first of all, let Gokai Red and Kyoryu Green say hey to you guys real quick. Go ahead, guys.
Yo.
Okay, that was
That was anticlimactic, but hey, I'm here and I'm ready to talk about King-Ohger.
Let's do it.
so. It's pretty much for the first time. Now, to be fair, I don't know if I could say this for maybe I don't know, because keep in mind I haven't been keeping up with Sentai. I lost a little bit of track of it because I don't know. I've been the last Sentai I watched all the way through was Toku, but this Sentai is very much a high fantasy based season. Which, I mean, I guess Ryu Soldier and I want to say Kira Major had high fantasy theme to it. Help me out here with that, Anthony. Would you say so?
Which one are you talking about?
Kira Major had some fantasy elements to it. Ryu Soldier, I don't know, Anthony, was that fantasy based at all?
Kind of.
I don't feel like it was.
It was supposed to be like that, but it didn't really come off as like that because
It felt
it's
more
it's trying to be like Ginga Man, but it failed so miserably in that.
It felt more dinosaur-y than it did like fantasy and whatever.
Yeah, and like I said, it doesn't focus on the characters. You focus on some other person, random person of the week.
Yeah. No, but definitely Kira Major had fantasy vibes to it.
Even though like most of it was, it felt like a fantasy, but like some of the people from there were like actually from different planets. So
Yeah, and that's what I found interesting about it. Like, it had fantasy elements while being a sci-fi.
yeah,
I think this King-Ohger is the first full-on fantasy one we've gotten since Maji Ranger.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything in the middle of that. Well, maybe Ghost Sager, but that's more angel theme.
No, Ghost Sager. I don't think Ghost Sager was really fantasy based.
I don't know. I refuse to watch it.
Okay, good. That's a good refusal to go with. So we're gonna go off a bit of roll call. We don't have human names, but pretty much all of these King-Ohgers, they're monarchs from different nations. And once again, we don't have them named by color. To be honest, I actually really like that they're doing that. They're no longer just saying red Ohger or blue Ohger or something like that. I can't remember I think Kira Major did that, but they didn't do it in Zenkaiger, and they're not doing it with Don Brothers. I kind of appreciate that. How I know it's a minor thing to talk about, but anyway, insect themes. I never thought I'd see that, and we'll talk about that in a second. We have Kuwaga Ohger, red. He's based on a stag beetle. Tonbo, blue. Tombo Ohger. Dragonfly. Kamakuri, a praying mantis. Which one? I believe this is yellow. Yeah, yellow. Kamakuri. sorry, I'm going off the roll call here. A butterfly, Papillion Ohger, purple, and Hachi, a bee, Ohger, black. Probably so the first thing we should talk about is that we have another purple Sentai Ranger, but it's part of the main 5. That's
And the cool thing about purple, I don't know if this has been confirmed by anyone yet. I feel like it's still speculation from what I've read on Twitterverse, but Papillion Ohger, the purple butterfly, is a non-binary person.
I feel that that's more or less speculation because it doesn't really
I haven't seen anything to confirm it yet, but the speculation is leaning towards non-binary.
Because you know how Twitter is, they
look. It depends on who on Twitter you're reading from. All right, there's some people out there like Zenkastu who, if that dude says something, you can probably take it to the bank.
Mm-hmm.
But other people, you kind of can't take their word for anything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I can't remember where I saw it, but I know it's been going around the internet lately that purple will probably be non-binary.
I mean, it makes no difference to me as long as they're a good character.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. I only brought that up because if this is confirmed to be true, I believe this would be the first non-binary in Sentai.
Yep.
I can't think of a single person, at least as far back as Jetman. I don't know anything before Jetman, but up until Jetman until now, I can't think of a single person. I might be wrong, and if I am, please call me out. Email me or put a review out there on Spotify or iTunes or YouTube or something and let me know, because I'd love to know if I'm wrong, but I don't think I am.
So the first thing we should briefly kind of talk about is the insect motif. I remember when we were it was a while back. We were doing the first video on Zyuohger, and we talked about like different gimmicks, and I specifically said that Sentai will never do a full team based on insects because Kamen Rider has that lockdown. Well, I was wrong. They're doing a full team insect. Now, we've had insect themed Rangers before. We had the Go Riders, who were adapted into the Thunder Rangers from Ninja Storm. And the Beat and Stag Busters, Gold and Silver from Beast Morphers. But we've never had a full team. And I'm psyched for it. I've always, I mean, bugs, in my opinion, are a theme that really would translate well into Sentai. Maybe a little bit better Kamen Rider, because Kamen Rider doesn't usually, that is, have giant mechs that are bugs, and I don't know, I mean, I think everybody, loves, bug toys, bugs that transform into robots, like the Insecticons from Transformers or something like that, so...
Oh, yeah. I think you mean Predacons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've been watching a lot of Beast Wars, so yeah,
You're on that train right now?
Oh yeah, I love it.
I haven't watched Beast Wars in more years than I care to admit to.
Like they have a whole episodes on YouTube and they're free to watch. The quality is high tier. It's 4K, so you can watch good episodes and just not any issues of laggy audio or quality.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, I do want to talk a little bit about the preliminary character background for each of these guys.
Go ahead.
And there's not a lot of it for each of these, so it's just like quick little things. So, for example, Kuwaga Ohger, who's the red one, he's a self-proclaimed king of the strongest nation, and apparently they have some kind of guardian deity that resides at this nation called Sugo Dam. And by the way, I'm getting all this information from our friends over at tokusatsunetwork.com. So I'm assuming they have all the accurate information from the scans, from the releases and all that out there. So,
Yep.
yeah. So anyway, I just want to give credit where credit's due and where I'm getting my information from. Um, Tonba Ozer, the blue one, is the monarch of a country that I cannot pronounce, but I'm going to try anyway. And Kanfa, the land of technology, which I am super hyped to see more of because I love this idea of insect technology and an entire nation like that, like a kind of like a futuristic kind of thing is what I'm hoping for here.
Mm-hmm.
Kamakiri Ozer, the yellow queen, she is the queen of a country called Issa Varna, and this country is known for its arts and medical care. Um, Papillion Ozer, interestingly enough, comes from the country of Gokon, which is the land of ice and snow, and to have butterflies from ice and snow, that's very interesting to me. I would not expect that. So kudos to them for doing something interesting there. Ozer, the Black King Ozer, is a nobleman from Tofu, and this country is known for their agriculture. And look, I'm sorry if I'm butchering any of these names. I'm not good at Japanese, but that's the basic background. And what I want to bring up here more is I want to say I was right when we did our last podcast on the King Ozer stuff, because at that time we were kind of thinking, yeah, we're gonna have insect themed Sentai because that was the big rumor going around. But then we had the name King Ozer. So my comment in that podcast was, we're probably gonna have some kind of royalty based Sentai with a bug theme attached to it. And lo and behold, these are all kings or queens or noblemen of their respective countries.
Yep.
Well, okay, we have a king, a monarch, which is basically another king, a queen, a warrior, and a nobleman. So they're not all at the top tier of their like royalty, but they're all members of royalty at the very least.
Well, maybe the
I,
one who's like a warrior, maybe he comes from like a country where like government is like, kind of set up where like being the head warrior is technically being like the leader, like kind of like how samurai Japan was.
or Sparta.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a very accurate way to look at it, and I think that's probably what's going on here. Now, I gotta ask you guys, what do y'all think of these suits? Because I am excited.
Uh, these suits, I know I should probably have to see them in action, and this is a very premature thing for me to say, but these suits are already in my top 5. I'm not gonna lie; they look incredible. I
Yeah.
they look different. I love the capes. I'm a sucker for capes. They look incredibly like I I can't like it's hard for me to describe just how much I love these suits. I absolutely love them.
Yeah. I definitely am a huge fan of these suits. I feel like I've been getting teased for years with Sentai when I keep saying I want a medieval themed Sentai. And I've been saying this consistently since before we began this podcast many years ago. And to finally see a somewhat medieval themed Sentai now is so fulfilling to me.
And
And
I was really excited because they said that the suits were going to be more armor like the Mighty Morphin suits from the movie. Not the 2017 movie, the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie. And they didn't disappoint. Like these suits really surpassed my expectations.
yeah, definitely.
Anthony, you've been kind of quiet. You want to give any commentary on these suits?
Can I just say that finally Sentai does something completely different in a good way. This is what I wish we would have gotten in Ryu Soldier, because I was so disappointed they went back to dinosaurs. I was like, are you kidding me? We could have got dragons. Like, but this right here, this is amazing. Because I've been kind of like wanting insects in Sentai, but it hasn't really like been like a big thing for me. But now I'm just like, I'm glad we have it. I'm all for it. Kudos, Sentai. Kudos.
Yeah, no, Sentai did really well here. I am very happy with how this all turned out so far.
Yeah,
Um,
I would have to see these suits in action, but I don't like. As of right now, I would easily put them in my top five. And the capes are a big thing that do it for me. Like, okay, I don't know if I've told any of you guys, but my all-time number one favorite suits are the Magi Ranger slash Mystic Force suits. Okay, I'm not a fan of Mystic Force this season, but damn, I love those suits. And I love the capes, and I think these are these. I'm getting a lot of vibes from that armor and everything. Like, it reminds me a lot of Magi Shine's suit with like having a more armored appearance. And Magi Shine, he might be one of my top five like favorite individual suits, I think. So everything about these suits just screams yes about me for me.
so I have to make this comment real quick. And Anthony might know a little bit of this already, given he's in the Facebook group with me. Um, so I'm in the Power Trip Podcast official Facebook group, and one of the co-hosts, Michael, when they were doing their Mystic Force review, he was saying how he didn't like the capes. And hearing you say this is one of the best suits out there just made me laugh a little bit, because on one hand, I've heard people who say the capes are a really bad part of design, while you're saying you love that part of it.
I mean,
Normally, I don't really like capes and Power Rangers. I guess the more smash to make it actually look good.
Yeah, Moderator made it look good. I'll agree with you there.
it looked good. It looked good on the Magna Defender.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, I'm okay with that. I think it's gonna look great.
I mean, I'm sympathetic to people saying they don't like capes, but I just disagree.
I mean, look,
They're probably embodying the Edna Mode, the Incredibles type of thing, like no capes, like that type of
I
thing.
was just about to say that. I was literally about to say Edna's name, and you took it from me.
I'm sorry.
No
How
capes.
dare you? How dare you?
How dare I? It wasn't on purpose.
I feel like it was. I feel personally attacked. Um, Other things that I'm seeing on the TokusatsuNetwork.com article, they have an arsenal of weapons called the King's Weapons, which are shields that have multiple modes, and the sword is called the Ohsama Caliber. And apparently, you can use these swords to communicate with their Sioux gods, which are their mechs for the season, which are bug-like mechanical life forms and guardian deities of the world. And each of these uh, King Ohgers can communicate using their sword. And the other interesting part is their mechs are all prefixed with the word God, which I found interesting. Um, so we have God Kuwagata for red, God Tanbo for blue, God Kamakiri for yellow, God Papillion for purple, and God Hatsi for black. And for those of y'all back home, these are the names of the Rangers with the word God in front of it, basically.
Yep.
And when they combine with a ladybug, a spider, and an ant, which are God Tento, God Kumo, and God Ant, respectively, you get the robot King Ohger. Now, I'm kind of curious, where the heck did the ladybug, spider, and ant even come from? Because they're not part of the Sentai cast.
I mean, they'll probably just be like auxiliary mechs or something.
I'm hoping it's auxiliary mechs and not more Rangers.
No, I think they go. It's just auxiliary mechs, because this be like the first mech that's composed of 10 separate mechs combined into the main mech for just the
Yeah.
5 main Rangers. Like that's never happened before.
Well, this isn't 10. It's 8.
I heard it was 10.
Are there 2 more that I don't know about then? Maybe there is. I don't know.
Let me check. Hold on.
But I mean, I'm down for it either way. I don't care. That's
They're
fine.
saying the main mech combined is called King-Ohger too. That's kind of odd in my opinion.
I was kind of expecting it to be called. Well, okay. I guess King O is already in the Sentai name, right?
You could say maybe King God or
God King. I don't know, but that'd be kind of hubris at that point, right?
yeah.
Like they might save King God or God King until
I wouldn't mind
a
King God
bigger
though.
transformation.
I wouldn't mind King God though, because I mean, I know at least one mech did use the prefix God. In Gal Ranger, the mech that was used for Animus and Power Rangers Wild Force, he was called Gal God. Or I don't know, maybe you could go for a more retro name like uh, King-Ohger Robo or something. Like I don't know. The last Sentai I remember using that name was Deca Ranger for a Deca Ranger Robo.
Oh, I see what it is. God Tendo is just basically like they're pay. Okay, so two with the God Kumo and God Tendo are both two a pair of ladybugs and two pair of spiders respectively.
Okay, got you.
Yeah. So it is 10 technically because they're like two sets of the same animal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do want to say this one thing, guys. Wait, do you guys have anything else you want to bring up before I talk briefly about how we're going to cover this Sentai?
No, I'm ready to get on with this, so I have
Yeah,
nothing else to add.
I'm super hyped for it. I think everything. I think all the visuals are great, and honestly, even if the story doesn't entirely work out, at least it's got some cool visuals to look at.
I can't hate the Sentai. I know I can't because of the thematics we got going here with the bugs and the royalty.
I am going to be curious to see who they get on as a head writer because, I mean, people apparently love Don Brothers, and Don Brothers is the head writer is Toshiki Inoue, who was previously the head writer for Jetman. So maybe they could bring on like a veteran writer, or I don't know. Like, personally, if I were them, I would bring on Yasuko Kobayashi because I mean, almost everything that she touches turns to gold. I mean, every once in a while she does something bad. Tokuger, but aside from that, I think she'd be great.
Well,
But we'll
interestingly
see.
enough, the director, and I'm gonna butcher this, so I am sorry in advance, but Kazuya Hamahoriuchi. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. I'm not trying to, but bear with me. They have previously worked on Kamen Rider Xaid, Build, Zeo, Zero One, Saber, Revice, and Geebs. So they've worked on some pretty good stuff from what I know. I haven't seen a lot of these things, but I know Revice and Geebs have been pretty good.
And
Yes.
I remember people loving Xaid when it was coming out.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know people
So
love, but I've never seen it.
you need to watch it. It's really good.
I have a lot of things I
So
need to watch
this is the first time that they're doing a Sentai thing. Well, that'd be
Yeah.
interesting then.
Well, it's interesting that they had to get a Kamen Rider guy to come work on the bug themed Sentai.
Oh yeah.
That's interesting to me.
Well, there's definitely a lot of good signs here, especially since people apparently really like Don Brothers. So I don't know. I think like a lot of people were talking about like how Sentai has seen a bit of a decline recently, which I mean I think when Ryu Soldier came out, that was it was kind of evident, but I don't know. I think it's starting to I think it's starting to claw its way back up, in my opinion, and I think King Ohger is a good sign.
Yeah.
You want to add anything else, Anthony?
I'm ready for the bugs.
Oh,
I
it
don't
looks
like real. I don't like real life bugs, but I love like bug themed anything on TV, whether it's like mechs, Pokemon, just in general. I just like anything, even if it's not like actual like animal creatures. I like insect type things in other genres. So
it seems like the director also might have had some work on Rio Soldier, but I don't know in what capacity.
couldn't. Oh, at this point, I can't really say.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, it looks like he did a couple of episodes in Rio Soldier in the movie. Okay.
I've never seen the movie yet, so I can't really say.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't watched any Real Soldier. I'm trying to go through Kyurenzer right now. But yeah, Nate, if you want to talk about our plans for King-Ohger this year, please go ahead.
So King-Ohger will be premiering on March 5th of 2023. Regardless of where we are, whether we are reviewing Geki Ranger at that point, or if we are making preparations for the next series, we will watch the very first episode and give our initial thoughts, and then maybe we'll let 5 episodes go by and we'll watch them as it airs, and then we'll review those 5 episodes, and then so on and so forth, all the way up to the end. Yeah, I mean, we will be. We wanted to do it with Don Brothers, but we kind of lost track. But we are going to be reviewing King-Ohger as it goes on. Not every week, but like every couple of weeks.
It'll be probably once a month, I believe, with the way the schedule is going to be.
Yeah. So we hope you guys will join us for that. Hopefully it'll be all of us. Hopefully we can have Patrick on, but at least it'll be the 3 of us. And we hope you guys will join us for that. But the point is, we're excited to see these bugs in action, aren't we, guys?
Yeah. And also, I'm throwing this out there with no coordination with Nathan ahead of time, so surprise to you guys. But if you're interested in guesting on one of these King-Ohger episodes with us, please let us know. Maybe we can include y'all as a guest podcaster for one of our upcoming King-Ohger episodes.
Oh yeah, totally.
I have some people I have in mind that I would like to invite to cover some things this year, like to as a guest role. So maybe we can start with King-Ohger. I don't know. We'll see.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's all I had.
And that's pretty much a wrap of what we'll be talking about with King-Ohger until the premiere. We thank you guys for joining us for this, and we'll see you guys next time on our Geki Ranger reviews. But in the case of King-Ohger, we will see you guys in less than 2 months when we watch the first episode. But until that time, guys, we'll see you later.